A warm welcome to all the participants from various parts of India. Very good afternoon to all. The reason behind the blockchain, why the blockchain was invented or developed, why? The question behind this blockchain is there are two basic problems, uh, there are two basic issues the two basic issues are behind this blockchain technology. The first one is, see this figure, there are two personalities, Robert and Rahim. Both are friends, so they are transferring their amount. The amount, or they want to there is Robert wants to send some rupees to Rahim, right? Robert wants to send some money to Rahim. So here our financial system in India, the current financial system in India is fully based on the central authorities, that is bank, federals, notary public, escrow. There are so many central authorities are available, right? So this is the current financial system. So when Robert is going to send a money to Rahim, he has to pay some transaction fee to the bank, right? For example, if he is sending 2 lakhs rupees means, I think in India they are charging 2.5% of their money, their transaction fees they are charging. So I think so. So this is the first issue for the customers. In this figure, there are two characters, Robert and Rahim. They both are going to travel in our presentation. So Robert and Rahim. Okay. So now the first problem here is transaction fee is the first and most basic problem. And then second one is that is double spending. This is the next issue in bank transaction. It means that Rahim wants to send Robert and I am having the same name in Rahim. Actually, Robert, Rahim. Okay, Ram. Actually, Ram. Here I am presenting Rahim in 2 times. It's wrong now. So Rahim is going to send rupees 5,000 to Robert and rupees 4,000 to Ram. But this is not possible in nowadays bank transaction. It means that within a single click, you can send 2 money transfer to the 2 different accounts. The system will be collapsed or the system will get confused. Okay, so it is not possible in the current financial transaction scenario. So these 2 basic problems are these 2 basic problems are used to create used to develop the blockchain technology. Okay, so this is the diagram or the origin of blockchain. There are 2 figures you can see now. The first figure shows these central authorities transfer the actual value between the parties. So this is what we are doing. So whenever you are paying money, and auditor records and bank records will take a copy of your transaction details, and it will send the records to it will send the money to the party B. So here in the second figure, there is all things are digitally signed and encrypted transactions and ledger. So you people may know about the account ledger. There is a note or account note will be maintained by our bankers. So in this bank, in this account ledger, so in what or which date the account payee or transferred the money between the transaction date and time, and what is the money, that type of details will be on to which bank they have sent. These type of informations are stored in ledgers. Normally we are using book ledgers, no? So here we are using. So but in this blockchain technology, they are using digital tokens So instead of money value, they are using digital tokens are used to represent the asset and value of the property. Okay, so here the total account ledger will be maintained with the help of this distributed network of computers. Okay, the first figure, I think you people are seeing the two figures. The first one is the basic or traditional banking system which we are having nowadays. Party A's records and auditors records, bank records, and Party B's record. That is, Party A, whenever send a money to the party, send money to Party B, the details will be stored in auditors records and bank records, right? The same will be presented in blockchain also. Here, instead of money, they are using digital tokens, right? So all the informations are encrypted, so no one can assume the value. So no hackers are allowed, right? So the details will be stored in the digital locker, I mean digital ledger, right? We will see one by one. The next one is that is Bitcoin. Without Bitcoin, you can't say about the blockchain. So it isn't a protocol. It is there is a decentralized protocol, right? There is pseudo-anonymous, then P2P digital currency. It means that it is a virtual money. It simply says that we can say that virtual money. So there is a second point that we have notified: replacement of cash with numbers and codes. Right. And now we are seeing about blockchain. It is a distributed, secure log file or shared ledger. It is a blockchain is a distributed, secure log file or shared ledger with technology to trust transaction without a central authority. It means that there is a shared ledger. In bank itself, you can't see the original account file without getting permission. But here, the blockchain is a technology which shares the ledger of your account, right? And that is all the databases are inbuilt. That is, it means that there are some pre-agreements or technical and business logic criteria will be there. So these mechanisms will be having some algorithms. So this is called as blockchain ledgers. Okay. So the point here is it is a distributed secure log file or shared ledger. This is the point here. So it consists of so many different pre-agreed technical terms and algorithms and business logical criteria. So it all put together, we call it as a blockchain ledgers, right? This ledger or what's that shared ledger, all the viable transactions are stored in this shared public ledger. It means that here your user is going to send a money. So what's the timestamp of the particular operation, and what are the value of the particular transaction, and who is sending to whom. That type of details will be stored in an encrypted format, right? And there are these transactions are placed in blocks and hashes. It is called as one-way hashes. So blocks and hashes both are the backbone of blockchains. Blocks and hashes, one-way hashes, are the backbone of blockchain. That is, we know that the whole world consists of different nodes, different P2P nodes. So based on the domain name service and seed nodes only, we are communicating, right? So this all are controlled or secured by using this one-way hashes. We will see in the next slide. Data stored on blockchains are considered immutable. Yes, immutable means that it is a non-changeable or unchanged. You can't change the data of the data in blockchain. See, once if you write some data in a blockchain, even the system administrator or any other person cannot modify it. If you modify the value, it will be reflected in all the blockchains. So the total the system will be corrupted. So once you created, the tokens will be created or encrypted. Definitely, no one can intrude the value of the given token, right? So there are two key areas. One is hashes, and second one is blocks. This is what we have discussed. The first one, hash. Most of the people know about SHA-256 algorithm. So whenever you are giving this SHA, there is message digest protocol. This mathematical function which converts the data into fingerprint of that data. It means that just to imagine we are giving to enter the email, you have to give the password, or if you want to get inside a room, you have to knock the door, right? You have to knock the door. Or if you want to take a money from the ATM machine, you have to insert the card and give the password. So likewise, the data, the fingerprint of the data is here in using the SHA-256 only we are creating. So it is very hard to calculate. It is very hard to back calculate the original data from the hash, because if there any changes or light changes, will not allow in this hashes. The given example here is, if you put welcome to India in SHA-256 algorithm, this is the code it will be generated. So no one can intrude this message. So this is the hash value here. It's an example I have given. This one is the diagram how the blockchain is working. So here the bitcoins, instead of money, we are using bitcoins here. Instead of money, we are using bitcoins here. There are 4 blocks. First, small blocks you can you're able to see the 4 blocks, and then there are 3 blocks are in bottom side. So here one circle is there. This is called as Bitcoin here. The Bitcoin is travel to the database. Ram pays Raju to 2 Bitcoins, and Robert pays Joe 5 Bitcoins. Rahim pays Baulu 8 Bitcoins. So these Bitcoins are traveled to the network towards, right? So I will explain detail in the next slide. So now we are going to see about block. So book ledger, that is in a manual ledger, what we are using nowadays, no? Book ledger. So this book ledger, it is in a pool of papers. So people there are more than 50 years of records they are maintaining. There is a big bureau was there. So in this storage area, they are using to maintain their ledgers for the previous accounts. Right now we are using in all our families or in banking also. So if you want to remove the 45th page and you can put a replace, you can replace a new page in this account ledger, that is called as manual ledger. But in block, it is not possible, because each block has is derived from the contents of the block. That is, what are the informations given by you will be encrypted, right? Encrypted. If any person or any intruders are going to modify the data of the particular block, definitely it is not possible. If they intrude or modify, it will be corrupted. The old data will be replaced. So that the second point is each block refers to the previous block's cache. That's what I'm showing this arrow mark. I think we're seeing this. The arrow mark shows that the next address of the value will be stored here. Data in a blockchain is synchronously consistent. That is, you can run some checks on it, and if the data and hashes does not match up, there has definitely been some tinkering. That's what I already told about this one. The next one is blockchain wallet. The blockchain wallet is nowadays we are carrying our ATM cards and credit cards to wherever you go. Network follows just like this, just like that. Wherever you go, you can carry your wallet with you, right? In this wallet, we are putting our ATM card and credit card and some other some money wallets. So here, cryptocurrency wallet it is in a different kind of, it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, or both are examples for cryptocurrencies. So people are very well known one as Bitcoin, and then there are two keys they are using. There is a public key and private key. I hope you know that. The following companies are using this blockchain wallet: Exodus, Electrum, Mycelium, Ledger Nano X, Trezor Model T. So these are the blockchain wallet companies. In these companies, you can register your name, and you can get. I will have a demo on this blockchain wallet. Okay. Exodus, it is a very good wallet for beginners. So advanced user they can use Electrum. So for mobile user, Mycelium is suggested by the developers. And then hardware wallet. I don't know how many of you know about the hardware wallet. Hardware wallet is just like a fingerprint reader. So using that wallet, you can plug and play. That means that you can just give a fingerprint or give some codes. By giving some codes, you can access your site or your wallet. So far we have discussed about how this blockchain is developing. It means that what are the terms are involved, and what are the processes are involved in this terminology. Here, the transaction flow, here the same example I have given. Robert and Rahim both have blockchain wallets on their mobile device. So we have already notified this. These are some blockchain wallet websites. So here, both Robert and Rahim are used to. They have registered with this website, blockchain wallet, right? Robert and Rahim both have blockchain wallets. They have blockchain accounts. Robert owes Rahim 1 lakh rupees. That is, Robert is going to give Rahim 1 lakh rupees. So what the next process is, Robert bank has deposited 1 lakh rupees. It means that Robert is going to transfer 1 lakh rupees to blockchain account, Robert's blockchain account. Now, from the blockchain account only, he is going to transfer the money from Robert's blockchain to Rahim's blockchain. So the first two pictures you have to see. The first one is Robert and Rahim both have blockchain accounts. That means the blockchain wallets on their mobile device. Robert owes Rahim 1 lakh rupees. It is Robert is going to send 1 lakh rupees to Rahim. So now he is going to put 1 lakh rupees to Robert is going to deposit 1 lakh rupees, and then from bank itself he is going to transfer the 1 lakh rupees to the account of Robert, right? There is an off-chain account. It means it is called as off-chain account. Now Robert gets a key agreement transaction certificate for Rahim's account ID. That is, it is a digital certificate. It is a digital key agreement certificate, transaction certificate. There are some ASCII values, and some of the data will be encrypted with this certificate. And Rahim extracts a transaction certificate and corresponding private key from his wallet in order to sign a transaction that transfers rupees 1 lakh from account ID Robert to account ID Rahim. The third figure, you can see this, Robert and Rahim. Robert is sending public key and private key. The Rahim is having public key, right? So with this key, Robert is sending the value to the Rahim, right? It means that it is all internally it is operating. So don't confuse with this. So there is an option. You just register. Now I will show it in demo. So when you press the send button, automatically it will transfer the money. I mean, automatically it will generate the certificate from two places. Robert is generating private and public key, and Rahim is having the public key, and then these these values are muted, and then accounts will be transferred, money will be transferred. We'll see in the next slide. Robert sends the transaction to the trusted validating peer that broadcasts the transaction to all VPs. Virtual peers, there are so many virtual peers in the network. Now, Robert sends the transaction to the trusted validating peer. There is a separate blockchain, is a separate network. So in this private network, I mean in this private group, he is sending the token, digital token to the world. So now the virtual peer, that is called, is denoted as VP. Each virtual peer checks in state table that rupees 1 lakh account ID Rob balance. It means that there is an amount is going to transfer. Where is this Robert? There is a public key of the Robert is searching now. Then all VPs reach consensus. That is an using PBFT algorithm. Excuse me. All VPs reach consensus on the order to follow to execute the transactions. So the figure shows this in between Robert and Rahim. There are only small digital codes have shown. So the next one is each VP independently executes the transaction and incorporates them. It is in the third one. The first one here is Robert sends the transaction to the trusted validating peer. It is validating peer. That validating peer is searching the token or searching the ID of the Rahim. So now there is the second one is searching part is take over. After this, after searching it, what validating peer is doing is it is encrypting the value or encrypting the money value, the zeros and the ones, all the transactions, data of the timestamp of the transaction, and everything will be encrypted. Now the next one is each validating peer independently executes the transactions and incorporates them into a new block, and the state table is updated. It is after transaction it took place. There are two different encryption format. Again, I think you may see this 0101110. These data will be encrypted with the message I just said, and it will be stored in the new block. Then the state table is updated. The transaction has been completed. Then next one, Robert and Rahim receive the confirmation message that the transaction has been executed, and now the both Robert and Rahim are added in blockchain. So this is the process they are following blockchain. So this once again I am showing this. So Robert and Rahim both have blockchain wallets and their mobile device. So Robert owes rupees 1 lakh rupees. It means that Robert is going to send Robert is going to send 1 lakh rupees to Rahim. So now Robert deposits the amount of 1 lakh rupees in his bank. Now his bank, his account is filled with 1 lakh rupees. Now he transferred the money to his wallet. That is Robert's blockchain wallet. It is a private one. So Robert's blockchain wallet is now getting 1 lakh rupees. Robert's from the third figure shows this. Now he is going to transfer the money to Rahim. Robert will receive public key and private key, and Rahim will receive public key, and then his key agreement transaction, other things will be encrypted. Now the system will, Robert sends a message, and now the information will be circled inside this validating peer network. It broadcasts the transaction to all validating peer. So each peer checks the user list whether the searching user is available or not. When the data is matched with the searching criteria, then using this PBFT algorithm only, it is execute the transactions, and then the transactions take place. In this transaction, all the informations are encrypted and stored in the value. This is in log files, So all the files will be stored in table. The transaction data will be stored in the table. After that, Robert and Rahim will receive the confirmation message. Now both are added in blockchain accounts, right? So this is the transaction flow diagram of blockchain. There are some examples we are having. You can see here, there are so many, what's that? Just a minute. Just a minute, please. Yeah. There are so many applications are available. It means that healthcare, there is a separate session for you under the topic blockchain application in healthcare. So here also I will give a small intro about this healthcare. Here, record maintenance is the major part of healthcare. You know that if you're going to hospital, they will give one card. In this card, you will have some details. You have to fill some details. Where are you from? What's your weight? What's your height? And what are the it is called as medical data. It is a medical data. It is called as medical EMR. It is a electronic medical records. I think maximum people may know about this EMR and health insurance, right? See, there is in current scenario, the EMR records may be hacked by some hackers, easily hackable. The centralized data, healthcare data, I think you know that, yeah. Centralized healthcare data, all the centralized healthcare data repositories are powered by these physical servers in IT firm only. So easily there is a third person can intrude and they can hack the data of the patients, right? So that there are so many small blockchain methodologies are used here to save the data from the hackers. The main barrier root cause behind this new technology, that is, most of the healthcare institutions or healthcare industries are not ready to adopt the new technologies, because digitally signed documents, signed documents, we can't recreate it or we can't correct it, so that the healthcare professionals or healthcare industries or hospitals are not willing to take their data in digitally. So that the blockchain is developing more and more to save the medical data in this sector. Okay, and then smart contracts. I don't know how many of you know about smart contracts. Smart contracts is you're using Visa cards. I think you know about this. In what's that? Whenever you are entering into put petrol in whenever you are into petrol station, they'll ask them to sign in the credit card. In a paper or in some devices, right? So digital signature. Just imagine this, digital signatures. So this is here mentioned as smart contracts. So here digital value exchange and multi-party smart contract, distributed autonomous business unit, and distributed autonomous society. There are so many contracts are available. It is simply says that digital signatures. It's in simply we can see it. Okay, and juridical barrier is also another one issue here. So some of the countries will not allow the digital public ledger, because when you go into internet, all the things will be considered as public only. So in the what's that? In the slide itself, I have shown that is validating peers. It is open to all. It is an open ledger. Anyone can access, but they can't modify, right? So that some of the juridical, that is, some of the countries are not allowing to update or to provide transactions in a public ledger. So this is the main barriers to implement this technology. Then smart sovereignty and provenance. Smart sovereignty and provenance. So how many of you know about this? I don't know. Smart sovereignty and provenance. See, we have some, I think you know about QR codes. QR codes. So using the QR codes, at the point of sale, codes are hidden in QR codes. So when you use your mobile or any third-party hardware, you can use this device to access the QR code. So alteration of this code, I mean, if you want to, what's that? If you put a Xerox of the particular QR code, it is working. Okay, I think hope you understand this. So these type of fraudulence are eliminated in blockchains, right? So this smart sovereignty and provenances, it is reducing the criminal activity of the people. It means that, see, you have your Aadhaar card. If suppose you want to create a new Aadhaar card with a new identity, is it possible? You just put another one person's QR code, you can paste it, you can just click drag and drop and create the ID card. If you show it in your QR code, it will working. It will work. It will work. Definitely it will work. So this type of fraudulence will be reduced by using this blockchain technology. So this is the major three major areas role of blockchain application. The next one is we're having two demos, blockchain.com and Exodus. I will share the window for you. Just a minute. There is blockchain.com. Blockchain.com. This is the website. Here you can give sign up. It will ask your email ID. Here I am giving which email ID is open now. Okay, I'm having already mail. Okay, I will give another email ID. I'm giving. It is a demo for blockchain wallet. Okay. It is asking some passwords. Okay. I'm giving a password. Now confirming the password. Create wallet. Just click this, create wallet. It is very easy to create a wallet here. Wallet successfully created, in the sense, email will be sent to your email. Verification email will be sent to your email ID. So now I'm signing in. Another one mail ID. I mean the mail ID which I have given, that mail ID. I have given kartisresearch@gmail.com. So I am opening my mail ID. So this is a yes. I have received the mail. Just I'm clicking yes. This is my email. Now my email ID is verified now. See this. Are you able to see my window? There is some of the Bitcoin. Can you see? Anyone can respond, please? Can you able to see here? See the message? Yes, thank you. Yeah. This is the wallet here. So here There are two, I think, send, request. These are the buttons you can see here. So dashboard is here. So you can get the value. There's a total balances. I'm not having any such account here. So 0.0 only. Okay. So again, the same example, Robert and Rahim. Okay. So the same example I'm going to give here. The Robert is depositing his money 1 lakh rupees in, for example, Canara Bank. Canara Bank. Okay. Canara Bank. Here he's depositing. And after the deposit, he's transferring the money to this account. Okay. So total balance is 0.0. Suppose if you're having account, you are transferring the money to this one now, it will get 1 lakh rupees. Now, after getting this 1 lakh rupees, I'm going to send, click send Bitcoins to address, Rahim's address here. So this is my Bitcoin wallet. So how much amount you are going to send here, you can send, right? Just network fee and regular, just click continue. It will be sent to the, you see here, there are some QR codes. Okay, here you can see the QR codes. So this is the operation of this Bitcoin blockchain. And one more is request button here is there. Just click request button. So this is your wallet. How many Bitcoins you run? Here you can see here address. There is total value. There is the data. All the data are generated as an SHA-256 algorithm. They are generating. And then we can have our own wallet. I think you all are aware about this QR code. In using your WhatsApp or Facebook, we are having all things are in QR code, right? Buy and sell crypto, it isn't gambling like a gambling, not like a gambling. So they can, they can buy and sell the cryptocurrency value, right? You can get interest, you can share, you can get or borrow, everything is possible. So this is the demo for blockchain.com. And one more example I'm having, it is Exodus. Is an inbuilt, you can download it is from internet itself. You can easily, it is a downloaded version. So I'm sharing this one. So just a minute, I will share it again. Here, this is the, sorry. Yeah. This is Exodus software. It is available in internet. You can download it. So this is also the same which we have discussed earlier in Bitcoin.com. It is an internet version. It is a web version. It is a desktop version. So you can hear itself also. You can just send Bitcoin. Send the Bitcoin from sender, and this here. See this, send and receive. Loss of your coins. Okay. So address, the receiver address you want. Robert and Rahim, we have example. Rahim's address. So here you can choose this desktop or camera. Which one you want? Na? You just click the code, right? And Bitcoins. So if there is a transfer exchange is also available. Bitcoins and Ethereum. You can transfer the money. This is the portfolio of this one. This one is portfolio of that is make your first deposit. If you want to deposit the money from your bank account to this one, this is the process. Okay, we have in big blockchain.com also you can put the money. That will also I am showing. Just a minute. Again, I am typing. see this. Just a minute. I'm sharing now. Login phase is there. Here, earlier I have registered one account, Karthis Research at gmail.com. That's the mail ID. Now they have added an ID. So instead of email ID, they are giving this one. Now again, they are sending another mail. It is very secure, I think. Please authorized login. Yeah, now I received another mail ID from blockchain because the IP address and all other things are, yeah, now login has been approved. See the security mechanism they are giving. See, previously, actually, I have logged in, no? So at the time, just a minute. Yeah. So I'm sharing this window. Actually, one mail has been sent by blockchain.com. So because I have wrongly entered the password, so immediately it will send verification mail ID again to my mail ID because due to some hacking issues they are giving. Okay. Once again, it is showing this. So browser name, operating system, everything will be sent by this session. Yes. Yeah. Now it's working. Just a minute. I'm sharing the window. Yeah. I think now we are seeing the blockchain that comes. Already we have discussed. So here there are in the left side itself dashboard you are seeing Bitcoin, Ether. I think it's okay now. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, dashboard. This is the dashboard. Bitcoin, Ether, Bitcoin Cash, Stellar, Aragon. These are the Bitcoin. There's a Bitcoin. Not only Bitcoin. These are the cryptocurrency vendors. So they are giving. There are some offers every day, and some of the offers they are giving. So here you can send a request, swap, and interest. For example, if I'm going to create a new one, for example, yeah, here Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is denoted as BTC. So here buy BTC now. You just already we have an example. No, Robert is going to transfer 1 lakh rupees to his Bitcoin wallet. I mean blockchain wallet. So here you can give $50, $100, anything you can give. So $5,000 is maximum buy. Your own bank card, right? It is possible. So here this is the cash. First you have to verify the identity. So the system is here. So here you have to give your first name, last name, date of birth. So everything you have to give. And after the filling the informations, they will ask the credit card number or cash transaction. I mean bank transaction. What are the other things? Na? So we can transfer the amount from your wallet. Okay. So this is this is a given to know about blockchain, what they are doing. Actually, instead of safeless bank transaction, we are using a safe bank transaction. There is both the sender and receiver know themselves, and easily they can receive the receipt of the payment, and what's it? The secure payment is ensured in this blockchain. So this is the basic application of blockchain, and there are some other applications. There's a more major role is they are using healthcare maintenance, EMR, electronic medical records. So healthcare records. So that is also they are maintaining, and some of the new vendors are coming out to develop the technology into next level. So that is IBM. IBM is putting a lot of investment in this blockchain, and also some of the bank sectors, foreign bank sectors, Bank of America. So they're investing most of the money in blockchain. So one more thing is the transaction fee. When you compare with other countries, in India, it is little bit high, but comparatively in other countries, it is little bit high in India. Just 2.5% they are charging for credit cards and other things. So even in Google Pay and other smart apps, they are giving 10 operations are free, 10 transactions are free, but that is not enough because India is a poor country. So we need this type of technology. It will ensure the security, right? I think that's all about the session.